With the Medicity Novo Grid, you can improve clinical workflow, enhance clinical decision-making, and patient safety while simultaneously reducing operating costs and improving revenue. How? Through the exchange of health information between hospitals, physicians, and other ancillary service providers. To empower providers with the electronic exchange of health information across disparate systems and care locations, Medicity employs a unique agent grid architecture. In this model, software agents are installed locally within hospitals, physician practices, and other ancillary service providers to establish connections with systems for publishing health information, as well as to those systems that consume this information, such as practice management systems and EHRs. When multiple agents are deployed across disparate systems and care locations, an electronic community or grid is formed for exchange of health information, similar to the electric grid where utilities publish electricity to homes, businesses, and individuals to consume it. The Medicity agent grid architecture efficiently and rapidly exchanges health information across a community in a highly secure and scalable manner. Let's illustrate a simple example of electronically distributing lab results, transcribed reports, radiology reports, and other patient information from a hospital to physician practice. This result report delivery yields a significant impact on physician workflow and clinical decision-making. The following overview will walk you through the data flow, logic, and workflow for result and report delivery and give you an understanding of how Medicity software agents collaborate for community exchange. We begin by installing an agent in the hospital data center on a small server. Next, we attach the agent to the appropriate hospital systems. The hospital agent analyzes each transaction to determine if any providers of the patient's care team are on the grid. The agent will look at ordering, referring, consulting, admitting, and any other provider role defined in the transaction to determine which practice the result should be published to. When a practice requests to get on the grid, they are provided a menu of the options for which information they would like to receive, and more importantly, which information they do not want to receive from the hospital. This information will be delivered in the practice's preferred method, whether it's discrete and automated delivery to an EMR, as a document, or to be printed to paper. Once a transaction is identified to be delivered, the hospital agent encrypts the transaction and publishes it to the grid. The agents use 2048-bit AES and PKI encryption and 128-bit SSL for transport, making the information highly secure in transit. Each agent polls the grid every minute to see if there are new transactions to send or receive. Once per minute, the hospital agent posts the results to the grid, and once per minute, the practice agent checks for new results. Similar to the hospital agent, an agent is installed in the physician practice, usually on an existing PC or server. If the practice has an EHR, the agent is most often installed by the EHR vendor on their server. If the practice is paper-based, the agent is most often installed on an office user's PC. The agent in the practice continuously polls the grid, downloads all new results, decrypts the message, analyzes it, and decides the appropriate way to present the information to the practice. If the practice has an EHR, then the agent automatically transforms the message into the format the EHR is expecting. This approach is highly efficient and effective as it provides automated delivery directly into the physician's existing workflow. If the practice has a computerized system, but the system does not support an inbound interface, then the agent will render each result as a PDF and place them in a folder on the user's network where they can be dragged and dropped into their system. We call this document delivery. This is often used with EHRs that don't support interfaces and document imaging or scanning solutions. Sometimes this is the best method available given the systems in use within a practice. It's a significant workflow improvement for the practice when compared to working with faxes and scanning. If the practice is paper-based, the agent simply holds all results until it is instructed to print them. A practice has two options. They can configure the agent to automatically print at certain times throughout the day, or they can log into the electronic Dropbox from any browser-enabled PC or device and with a single click, print all new results that have come in since the last time results were printed. In either scenario, the agent takes all results, alphabetizes them, and renders them into one PDF document ready to be printed and for easy viewing and organization. The agent also applies additional logic to improve the quality and quantity of paper printed for the paper chart. The agent applies grouping and overlaying logic. The agent will attempt to group results from a panel or single order. Rather than each result printing individually, results from a panel, such as a lipid or CBC, would group all results that have been resulted at the time of printed, grouped to a single page, thereby reducing the amount of paper inserted into the patient chart and improving the physician's ability to review information quickly. Also, if a practice has elected to receive both preliminary and final results, and both have been resulted at the time of printing, the agent will only print the latest final copy. This example of electronic result distribution is just one scenario illustrating how the Medicity Novo Grid revolutionizes the exchange of health information across disparate systems and care locations. The Medicity Novo Grid enables a bidirectional exchange of information between hospitals and physicians, and also enables physician-to-physician collaboration, supporting the referral and consult data exchange and transition of care for the patient. The grid has demonstrated a significant return on investment for both hospitals and physician practices. With the unique, flexible, and adaptable agent grid architecture, the Medicity Novo Grid improves the clinical workflow for clinicians while also enhancing clinical decision-making and patient safety with health information that is available in a timely and secure manner. Our customer studies have demonstrated that with the Medicity Novo Grid in place, an average-sized practice that has adopted an EHR can save more than $150,000 in operating costs annually. For hospitals, the return on investment is stunning. Hospitals can eliminate the labor and other operating costs for distributing information to clinicians through traditional methods of paper, fax, and courier. Also, by electronically connecting to physicians in their community, Medicity customers have realized a dramatic improvement in their relationship with physicians, yielding dramatic increases in patient referrals for both admissions and ancillary services. So don't delay. Getting on the grid is fast and easy. Click here and get on the grid today.